Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and talk about the coronavirus briefly. I'm not going to sit here and give you facts. I actually wanted to talk about the mental health aspect because I know a lot of us are in quarantine and on lockdown and we're not allowed to go outside or talk to people or see people, and that's really, really tough. It's a really scary time at the moment. I myself know that I have those ups and downs of some days I realise how scary it is and other ones I'm able to just push through. But it's okay for it to be scary because it is. The only thing like this in history is the Spanish flu, but even then, nobody's gone through this before, so we're all going through this blindly and just hoping that the next day becomes easier than the one we're in. I saw this thing the other day that said we're living through future history books and history lessons, and I think that's kind of crazy that people will come back and look at our videos, our text conversations, our news footage, our letters, and anything else that comes out of this that we were doing while the coronavirus and quarantine was happening. A lot of countries are going through it worse than where I am right now. For example, Italy is on an extremely long lockdown that's almost at a month now. I live in LA. This is going into week 2 of lockdown. I'm staying with friends up from where the boat is just because I think it was important to give myself the space while I had the chance, because sometimes being inside in a small space can make you go stir crazy. I know that a lot of you live alone or you're in an apartment or there's only 1 or 2 other people with you, and that can get really tough, especially as you've been with each other each day and you know what's been happening, so there's nothing really new. So I encourage you to talk to your friends on FaceTime. I know people have been using Zoom. Anyway, as a lot of you know, or if some of you know, I am the ambassador for suicide awareness, for Awareness Ties. I'm not someone to talk about mental health a lot on my social media. I try and keep my social feed happy and positive and honest and funny. I like to show you guys the real me without makeup, with makeup, dressed up, in pajamas, at the beach, every end of the scale you can think of. But I did want to talk about this now because I think it's an important time to talk about this and talk about mental health. Lockdown is tough. I'm a hugger, and I've not been able to hug anyone except the one person I'm living with right now, and that's really, really tough for me. I like feeling the energy of someone. I like feeling their heartbeat. Hugs have been proven to slow your heart rate, and so I can't do that, and it's very tough, as I'm sure a lot of you, if not all of you, understand. Some things I like to do to keep myself sane and normalize what's going on is I like to keep my routine going. I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I do my hair, I do my makeup, I did my nails last night. I like wearing something that makes me feel smart or comfortable at least, because please don't walk around in high heels for the entire time you're on lockdown. Your feet will hurt a lot afterwards. I like to write music, so I've been writing a lot of songs and working on lyrics and going back on my old songs, because music's a great way to share how you're feeling. Even if you've never written a song, I recommend trying it out. There's no harm, right? Write a poem and stick a melody to it and see what happens, just for you, just to get your feelings out. I'm also writing letters about each day on lockdown, kind of a Dear Diary situation that just explains what's happening each day, because I find that if there's no landmarks that happen, it gets difficult to differentiate each day from the next, and Monday comes into Tuesday and turns into Wednesday, turns into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and before you know it, it's the next week. So writing letters is a great way to figure out what's happened each day without getting lost. I also try to avoid the news, and I know that sounds crazy, but all I read are the headlines that show up on my notifications on my phone, because sometimes reading the news can get you lost and you just go down this rabbit hole, and it gets very difficult and it gets very dark because the world is going through a lot right now, and it's very, very tough. I think 2020 so far has been such a tough year, and it's only March, almost April, and so much has happened already. So I try to avoid the news as much as I can because it changes as well. You can hear a headline, you can see a headline, and then 5 minutes later it's completely changed. So I try and just keep the headlines coming. That's all I read, unless I'm specifically interested in something. The only headline I think I've clicked on in the past week is the funny tweets from parents one that Huffington Post does on Apple News, just keeping the mood light and laughing. Now, the last thing I wanted to say, because I know this is a long video, was if you need anything, please, please, please reach out. If you need someone to talk to, If you're watching this, then you have my socials, so please feel free to DM me or comment and tell me that you've DM'd me so I can have a look at your message. And if you know me, please feel free to call me or text me anytime, because I'm here and I want to support you guys in any way I can. And I know that it's good to have that human connection in any way possible. So please, please, please feel free to reach out. Anyway, stay safe, you guys, and please remember to wash your hands and sing happy birthday twice when you do that.